Welcome! In this video, we will demonstrate how to modify the AC input voltage for a 3-phase ATevo battery charger with a dual input voltage design. Some ATevo 3-phase battery chargers feature power isolation transformers with dual voltage designs. These feature 3 leads on each transformer coil instead of a single lead per coil, as used on single voltage transformer designs. In dual voltage designs, the transformer taps H1, H2, and H3 can be rewired in the field to change the input supply voltage accepted by ATevo. There are sets of supply voltages possible for a 3-phase dual voltage ATevo, as shown in this table. Choosing one or the other voltage depends on which coil wires are connected to the primary tap wires. The charger example shown in this video may be wired for either 208 or 240 volt supply voltage. However, the process is the same for the other 3 charger supplies possible. Refer to the caution tag affixed to the AC input circuit breaker to identify the factory set 3-phase AC input voltage for your charger. The process requires switching the wire on each of the 3 coils of the power isolation transformer that connect to the transformer's primary wire taps H1, H2, and H3. Note that these wire taps are connected to the AC input circuit breaker CB1. Before beginning, shut down ATevo, then lock and tag the AC and DC power supplies to eliminate line voltages inside the enclosure. To access the transformer, remove both of the plastic safety shields by loosening all the connections to the ATevo frame. Additionally, we also recommend moving the bracket that holds the AC and DC breakers out of the way in this manner. Disconnect grounding wires 10 and 47 from the chassis floor, then pull the ribbon cables connecting the A1 control board and the A2 power board out from the power board. While supporting the breaker bracket from below, remove both fasteners on each side of the charger that hold the breaker bracket to the cabinet. Lift the breaker bracket high enough to easily reach all of the connections on the primary side of the transformer. Use long zip ties to suspend the breaker bracket from the top of the cabinet out of the way of the transformer. Note, you may need to cut a few zip ties off other wires inside the cabinet to allow full range of motion. After taking required safety steps and gaining access to the connections, let's look at the connections that we need to work with. There are 3 leads out of the primary side of each coil on transformer T1. The transformer taps H1, H2, and H3, which connect to the AC input circuit breaker, are determined by the 0 wire of each coil. H1 equals B0, H2 equals C0, and H3 equals A0. The voltage, either an A value or a B value, is determined by which of the remaining 2 wires, number 1 or number 2, is connected to H1, H2, and H3. Chargers which are tapped for A voltages, such as 208 volts, combine wire 1 with the primary wire tap from each coil. Chargers which are tapped for B voltages, such as 240 volts, combine wire 2 with the primary wire tap from each coil. Let's begin the rewiring process required to change from A voltage 208 volts to B voltage 240 volts. We'll start with coil A, swapping the wires that connect to H1. Number 1, remove the shrink wrap covering the H1 tap connections. Number 2, remove the shrink wrap covering wire A2. Number 3, keeping H1 connected to wire 04 from the AC circuit breaker, pull wire A1 out. Number 4, place wire A2 together with wires H1 and 04. Tighten the lugs for these wires together. Later, we'll shrink wrap the wires connected at H1 and separately wrap the unused wire A1. Continuing the process now with coil B, we'll swap the wires that connect to H2. Number 1. remove the shrink wrap covering the H2 tap connections. Number 2, remove the shrink wrap covering wire B2. Number 3, keeping H2 connected to wire 05 from the AC circuit breaker, pull wire B1 out. Number 4, place wire B2 together with wires H2 and 05. Tighten the lugs for these wires together. Later, we'll shrink wrap the wires connected at H2 and separately wrap the unused wire B1. We'll finish the process with coil C, swapping the wires that connect to H3. Number 1, remove the shrink wrap covering the H3 tap connections. Number 2, remove the shrink wrap covering wire C2. Number 3, keeping H3 connected to wire 06 from the AC circuit breaker, pull wire C1 out. Number 4, place wire C2 together with wires H3 and 06. Tighten the lugs for these wires together. Later, we'll shrink wrap the wires connected at H3 and separately shrink wrap the unused wire C1. Now's the time to shrink wrap all our new tap connections that include wires A2, B2, and C2, as well as the unused wires A1, B1, and C1. The voltage conversion is complete. Now, you can reconnect the parts of the charger that needed to be moved to access the transformer. Number 1, cut the zip ties holding the breaker bracket. Number 2, mount the breaker bracket to the charger with the fasteners on each side. Number 3, reconnect the ribbon cables to the power board. Number 4, reconnect the grounding wires 10 and 47 to the ground bolt on the chassis. All right, we've finished demonstrating how to change from 208 volts to 240 volts on an ATevo 3-phase charger with a dual input voltage design. To summarize, we've simply swapped wires on all 3 transformer coils that connect to the primary taps and their corresponding wires to the AC circuit breaker. After rewiring your charger, it is wise to properly label it with its new AC input voltage. Contact HindlePower for a new nameplate to replace the nameplate that shows the voltage it had prior to your conversion. That concludes our video. We appreciate you watching and hope that you found it useful. If you have questions or feedback, please reach out to HindlePower through the contact form on our website to obtain service procedure JD5026-53 and assistance from our technical service team. We would love to hear from you. Have a great day.